Hello from Staplewood. Southampton, they've got off to a hell of a start, top of the table and unbeaten, and things couldn't really be going much better for them. But having said that, Aston Villa have started strongly as well. They may be fourth, but a win tonight would see them leapfrog Saints in the table. It's that tight after 5 games in the PL2 second division. It's under 23s football, and we have full online TV coverage tonight on the Southampton FC YouTube channel and Facebook page against Aston Villa. So a very good evening. I'm Ian Wilding, and the team news this evening from Staplewood is that Southampton are unchanged from their last match away at Newcastle United, which they won by 1-0. Michael Obafemi getting the only goal of that match. So Southampton sticking to the tried and trusted 4-2-3-1 formation. And that man, Michael Obafemi, will be hoping to keep up his great form. 3 goals already for him so far this season. Can he get a goal again tonight against Aston Villa? Well, Southampton have got Jack Rose in goal. He starts. The former Accrington Stanley goalkeeper. He's been a near ever present for the under-23s this season, with Valerie, O'Driscoll, O'Connor and Vokins. The 4 at the back, that man Thomas O'Connor, who's played a lot of his career last couple of years as a midfielder, but dropped back as a defender this season. Rowthorne and Slattery, the 2 in the middle. And Barnes, Will Smallbone, who's moved up to a more advanced position, and Tyreek Johnson, the attacking midfielders, behind, as we were saying earlier, that man Michael Obafemi. Saints substitutes: Christoph Clara, Adam Parks, Harry Hamblin, Nathan Teller and Jonathan Afolabi. All 5 of those featured in Southampton's Hampshire Senior Cup victory away at Christchurch on Tuesday night, where Saints won by 2-0. Referee today, Sam Perkis, who's refereed a fair few Southampton under-23 games over the last couple of years. And Valerie, the former Stade Rennais man, forward for Southampton. 2 changes for Aston Villa. Baisley Graham comes into the side. Taylor comes in as well. Also a 4-2-3-1. Matthias Sarkic, the man who arrived from Anderlecht on a 3-year deal a couple of seasons ago, in goal. Walker, Baisley Graham, Beddoe and Revan at the back. Hayes and Clark in the middle, with Taylor, O'Hare and Cox as the attacking midfielders behind Russian Hepburn Murphy. He actually made his league debut at Sunderland for Aston Villa back in 2015, coming on for Christian Benteke, Hepburn Murphy. And now back from Obafemi, but O'Hare for Villa. Obafemi again. Here is Callum O'Hare, given away early on for Aston Villa. Here is Callum O'Hare again to Jake Walker. Baisley Graham on the ball now for Aston Villa. Walker back to Baisley Graham. Beddoe. Revan. Smallbone back for Southampton. Given away by Aaron O'Driscoll. So a terrific start it's been for Southampton then so far this season. 5 matches in the PL2, 3 wins. Already beaten Middlesbrough, Stoke and Newcastle, and drew to Manchester United and Fulham in the league. An unbeaten start to Southampton's season in all competitions. Here's Hepburn Murphy though for Aston Villa. O'Driscoll away. Clark. Tries to put it across to Taylor. It's going to find Walker instead. Here is Taylor. Hayes. Clark. Back to Hayes again. O'Hare. Taylor on the overlap. Decent ball. Oh, Hepburn Murphy had a bit of space there. I don't think he realised how much. Easily picked up in the end from Jack Rose and the Southampton goal. Well, as you're saying, just 2 points separates these two sides. Southampton on 11 points. Aston Villa on 9. Villa have won 3 and lost 2 so far this season. Valerie to Obafemi. Slattery. Rowthorne across. Barnes tries to find Valerie. Decent time challenge, and Southampton going to try again. Rowthorne once more to Slattery. O'Driscoll all the way back. Well, Saints under 23s last couple of years been improving generally season by season. They were relegated from the top tier in 2017, finished 6th last season. Currently top of the pile. Game number 6 of 22 in the PL2 Division 2 tonight. And here is Revan. Generally plays as a centre-back, but playing very much in a left-back position last few matches for Aston Villa, Dominic Revan. Paisley Graham finds Bedeau. Revan forward. Hepburn Murphy tries to pick that ball up. Brilliant play from him. Here's Taylor. O'Hare waits for it. Dangerous ball. Vokins behind. First corner of the evening. Good play that from Taylor. Certainly got pace, certainly got something about him. Here he is again, Taylor. Obafemi. If Southampton can get Villa on the breakaway. Villa did well there. Here's Cox. O'Hare. Clark. Vital header there from O'Driscoll before Hepburn Murphy could get there. Well kept in play from Jan Valerie, now aged 20. Good play that from Obafemi. Arguably the quickest player on the pitch. Age 18 now. Only last season he made his debut for the senior side at the age of 17 and 199 days against Tottenham Hotspur, Michael Obafemi. And he's certainly got the pace to unlock defences. O'Connor. Vokins. Good football this from Southampton. Can Obafemi come up with an end product? Not quite with the first attempt on goal. Good defending as well. Took a deflection there off the foot of Paisley Graham. Picked up from Matija Sarkic. So a very quiet start to this match then this evening. Not much in it at all, but here is Hepburn Murphy. They've certainly got pace amongst them, Aston Villa. Jack Clark, the all-action committed midfielder to take. Here's Taylor again. Back to Clark. Hayes. Foul on Jordan Cox. So, scrappy last couple of minutes. Found that time on Will Smallbone. So an early yellow card for Hayes. Didn't take long then for the referee to produce a yellow card, Sam Perkis. Only 9 minutes on the clock, but we've seen one already. It's come to the away side. And Southampton give away a throw, which is going to be taken from Jake Walker. Aimed up towards Tyreek Johnson. Out for another throw for Southampton, which Jake Vokins will take. Jake Vokins, he's certainly matured for Southampton, making that left-back spot his own recently for the under-23s. He's also played for England under-17s, Jake Vokins, in the European Championships. The Oxford-born fullback. Back again to O'Connor. Another throw to Aston Villa, which Jake Walker will take. Hepburn Murphy. Great play from Slattery. Ball over the top again from Slattery. Here's Jan Valery for Southampton, still looking for their first major opportunity. They had that shot from Obafemi, which took a deflection and went into the goalkeeper's arms. Now it's good football there. Hepburn Murphy been holding the ball up well so far tonight to Taylor. It's all come from this right-hand side so far for Aston Villa. Taylor, dangerous ball, nearly found O'Hare. This time it's well dealt with. And Slattery is a man who plays it out towards the right-hand side, and Aston Villa this time have another throw on the far side. And Clark for Aston Villa. Here's Rowe. Still Rowe. Heavy touch from Hepburn Murphy that time. Saints have been looking to get Villa on the breakaway a couple of times so far. They might get it again here on the counter-attack. Obafemi. There's Vokins in support. Really well-timed challenge though from Jake Walker, who's featured in all 5 of Aston Villa's PL2 games this season. Within the first quarter of an hour of this match, the only real chance to say was that Obafemi shot, which was only real half chance. Always going to be well covered from Sarkic in the Villa goal. Aston Villa have won a corner as well. Vokins to take. Foul on Slattery. He's been at Saints for many years now, joined from Chelsea at the age of 8. And now Southampton are going to try once more with Rowthorne to Valery. O'Driscoll across. Marcus Barnes back to O'Driscoll again. O'Connor. Barnes. Slattery. Johnson. Better from Saints, just looking for that end product. Vokin to take the throw. Johnson's there in support then. Obafemi there to the left of the penalty area. Here's Johnson again, fouled. And Southampton have a real opportunity here. Ruddy Jahidi, 43-year-old. Certainly grown into his role. The former Southampton player, 3 years as a Saints player, making over 50 league appearances. In the end, he had to retire from injury, the former Birmingham and Bolton player. But Southampton now with a free kick with 6 in the box waiting for it. O'Connor and Obafemi and Barnes, as you can see on the edge of the 6-yard box. Decent ball, could cause problems. And it did, but Aston Villa deal with it well. Up towards Valerie now for Southampton. Well, Aston Villa got to the Premier League 2 playoff final last season. Finished second behind Blackburn Rovers in the table. And they really ended the season strongly, but they just fell at the final hurdle, losing 2-0 at home to Brighton at Villa Park in the playoff final, which means they have to spend another season in Division 2 of the PL2, but these are two sides you would expect to be either in the playoffs or going up as champions. These two sides come the end of the season. Good play from Valerie. Off the foot of Revan. And Jan Valerie is now one of the more experienced players in the side, having been part of this setup now for a couple of years. Great trickery from him. Just as competent going forward as he is at the back. O'Connor and O'Driscoll wait for it. In from Johnson. Well dealt with again. Aston Villa dealing well with these set pieces. Johnson again. A few options in the middle. This time it's headed away from Baisley Graham. Now Villa deal with it again, but this time Vokins heads on for Southampton. Slattery to Vokins. And Villa clear once more. Certainly strong this side. It does help the fact that they are unchanged tonight, Southampton. There's that understanding between the players. There's a real good communication between them all. They're playing well as a unit at the moment. Rothorn to Slattery to Valerie. Here's Valerie again. Another corner for Southampton, the second of the evening, and once again it comes from that right-hand side. And Jan Valerie is the man causing Dominic Revan some problems down that left. And Rowe as well. Let's see what Southampton can do here. Another decent ball, but it's well dealt with that time. And Sarkic handles it well. And to be fair, Southampton have dealt with those balls into the box very well so far, whether it's free kicks or corners, whether it's goalkeeper Sarkic or their big centre-backs, Jacob Beddoe and Baisley Graham. Still a game yet to see any major chances so far, but hopefully a match that opens up as the game goes on, particularly in the second half. Roddy Gidi barking out instructions from the edge of his technical area. And now it's Obafemi. One back though. Now Aston Villa have possession again with Dominic Revan. He can also play midfield. He signed a 2-year deal in the summer, Revan. And now here's Rowe for Aston Villa. So as well as the league, Southampton have been doing pretty well so far in the International Cup, which they entered this season for the first time. They won their first match against Dynamo Zagreb by a 0-0. And we've also got live TV coverage on Wednesday night. It's been switched from Tuesday to Wednesday of Southampton against Porto. That's Wednesday night again here at Staplewood. We'll have live TV coverage of that match once again on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. All the details on southamptonfc.com. Just like this match tonight, under 23s football, Southampton against Aston Villa, league match number 6. Not much in it at all between the two sides, although Southampton have grown into it last 5 minutes or so, looking to cause Aston Villa's defence some problems, but Villa dealing with it well so far. Here's Valerie. O'Connor. Johnson, good football from Southampton. Can they come up with an end product? Not that time, but they got close. Vokins wins the corner. Good 3-4 touches there, getting in behind the Aston Villa defence. Past Jake Walker. And Southampton starting to move up a level here. Starting to play with a little more urgency. First corner from this near side, the third of the evening so far for Southampton. Can they take advantage? Oh, and the goalkeeper fumbles it, only half away, a mistake in the Villa defence. Johnson. Deep ball in from Smallbone. This could be dangerous. Obafemi! Oh, that was close. Obafemi thought he'd scored. By far the best chance of the game so far. And Obafemi nearly got his 4th for the season there. Ricocheted off the crossbar. How close can you get? Stays 0-0. But Michael Obafemi, who's certainly, again, he's come on once more again this season. And he's made that place his own, really, since Olamola moved on to Scunthorpe in the summer. He's playing League One football now. But it's given the likes of Obafemi and Afolabi as well on the substitutes bench tonight a chance to compete amongst themselves for that number 9 shirt. And Obafemi just coming off the crossbar there, stopping him from giving Southampton the lead. Hopefully that will liven the game up as well somewhat. Halfway through the first half already. Both attempts on goal from Southampton have come from Obafemi. The first one took a deflection and picked up from the goalkeeper. The second was a much better chance. Here's Clark for Aston Villa, looking for their first real chance for 10-15 minutes or so. Saints have done well to keep it in Villa's half generally last 5-10 minutes. Aston Villa have got other ideas though. Forward towards Rowe. O'Hare. Revan, decent ball. O'Connor away. Here at the Southampton training ground at Staplewood. We were saying earlier, Southampton beating Christchurch 2-0 in the Hampshire Senior Cup on Tuesday night. It was made up of youngsters, mainly under 18s really. None of the first 11 played. But all 5 of Southampton substitutes featured in that game. The ones on the bench tonight. And it was Ferry who gave Southampton the lead at Christchurch, Afolabi extending their lead. comfortable win for Southampton to progress. Some more good experience for some of the youngsters. And Ruddy JD will be encouraged by the last 10 minutes from his team. Here's Slattery. Here he is again, looking to control things from the middle. Smallbone. Slattery. Obafemi wanted it, he's not going to get it. Villa could capitalise here. Taylor. Hepburn Murphy. At an angle. Just pushed too far out. And as you can see, all the Southampton players in the box there. It was always going to be difficult for him. 2 against 6. And now here's Callum Slattery again for Southampton. Valerie. Looking to put Marcus Barnes away. Need to get him into the game more, really. Here's Valerie again. Headed away from Bedo. Well, despite Aston Villa's promising start to the season, they lost their last match, 3-0 at home to Stoke. It was goalless at half-time, but Shenton, Jennings and Walker did the damage in the end. In fact, incredibly, Aston Villa haven't drawn so far this season, and they didn't draw once in the league last season. They won 14, lost 8, and didn't draw a single game in the PL2. Sign of a side that likes to go forward and play football. And now here is Tariq Johnson. Another throw, which Vokins will take. So far, from their 2 matches away this season, Aston Villa, they've won 1 at Middlesbrough. And they've also lost at Manchester United, who are flying high. Manchester United in 3rd in the table currently. Rowthorne. O'Driscoll. Rowthorne again. O'Connor. O'Driscoll, Vokins. Keeping possession well here, Southampton need to find those openings though. Rowthorne to O'Driscoll. Rowthorne. Vokins. Taylor. Well, that pace caused him to go in very late there, Callum Slattery, but just a warning there from the referee. We've already had 1 yellow card. It came to an Aston Villa player within the first 9 minutes when Jake Hayes was booked for a challenge. This time the referee keeps his card in his pocket. Still the best chance of the match so far coming to Obafemi. His shot took a deflection, hit the crossbar. Offside, Southampton with a free kick on the far side. So games coming in thick and fast then, middle of September, but we've already had a number of matches already. As we say, this is number 6 in the league. 1 in the Premier League International Trophy, and then also they've got the Checker Trade Trophy, which Southampton are in this year. Lovely ball over to Johnson. Not going to get there though. Picked up from Sarkic. Southampton's next home game though isn't until the 5th of October. We'll also have live TV coverage of that match on the official Southampton FC YouTube channel and Facebook page. That's in the Premier League Cup. Southampton at home to Leeds United. One to look forward to. Sarkic for Villa. The next game in the Premier League 2 isn't actually until the 19th of October. That will be against Wolverhampton Wanderers for Southampton. They've got an away game to come before then. Coverage of all the home games this season for the under-23s will be live. Bedo to Revan. O'Hare. Hepburn Murphy. It's got Hayes in the middle. Valerie. Throw to Saints. Jack Rose, who signed from West Bromwich Albion back in September 2017. He's been very reliable in between the sticks ever since. O'Connor to Vokins. Walker out of play. On a bitterly cold evening it is all of a sudden here tonight. Vokins to take. Vokins again. Small bone. Oh, it curled at the last minute. Once again, Southampton asking questions. And you have to say, as far as chances are concerned, it's been Southampton on top so far. He wasn't too far away in the end there, Will Smallbone. He's got some quality, that's for sure. None more so than in the FA Youth Cup a couple of years ago when he scored a stunning goal against Manchester United in the FA Youth Cup at Old Trafford. And Ruddy G has said he has good quality to go further, and he's not that far off in the end there. Revan with a throw for Aston Villa. Into the last 15 minutes now then of the first half. Curling shot there from Smallbone, which went just wide. That was on top of that shot from Obafemi, which hit the crossbar. Best two chances of the game so far come for Southampton. Here's Walker. Taylor. Lovely football. O'Hare thought about shooting. Best option though, chipped in. And it might fall to Clark, and it does. And that wasn't too far away either. It was worth a go from there. Best Aston Villa chance of the game so far. It was O'Driscoll who had it towards his chest, but it was always sailing wide. Deadlock yet to be broken. Friday night football here then. It used to be Monday nights, but it's been switched this season, so Saints will play most Friday nights before the end of the season, between now and the middle of April. And it's a match ahead of tomorrow's big game for Southampton's senior side, away at Liverpool at Anfield tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. In the meantime, Hepburn Murphy looking to do it all on his own. He's got options in Hayes, who he finds. Walker. Taylor back to Hayes. Clark. Revan. O'Connor away. Villa looking to come back once more. Lovely trickery from Rowe. O'Hare could go it alone. Good challenge at the last minute though. To stop O'Hare from doing exactly that. Throw then to Aston Villa. Well, at least I thought that was going to be the case. Saints to take the throw instead. I thought that must have taken a deflection. It must have just been a poor shot. Here is O'Hare. Oh, and they will put it wide. No foul given. Nothing indicated by the referee. Starting to get himself into the game here as well, Callum O'Hare. Caused some problems. Watch it again here. And there was Rowe who hit it anyway. But I couldn't find the target. Referee right behind it, nothing given. Well, Saints have generally been in control of this game on the whole, despite the fact it's been a quiet game. But as you can see, Aston Villa, last few minutes or so, starting to get a hold on the game themselves. Good spell of pressure for the away side. Hepburn Murphy. Here's Revan. O'Hare. O'Hare again. Good one-touch football this. Clark's ball is just one too many though. O'Driscoll. O'Hare slips. Valley with a challenge. Maybe Saints can get on the counter. Tyreek Johnson. Vokins. Always setting right into the arms there of Matija Sakic. And Sakic will take his time. Well, when these two sides met last season, Aston Villa did a double over Southampton. Last match here at Staplewood, it was 4-1 to Aston Villa at Southampton. Andre Green with the opener. McQueen with Saints' goal. And earlier than that, back in September last season, Villa won 4-0 in front of over 300 fans at Villa Park. But at the moment, this one's evenly poised. Push on Callum Rowe. So once again, shots from Obafemi and Smallbone, the closest Southampton have come. Aston Villa have had a shot from Rowe, which went wide of the post after a challenge on the edge of the box. Dangerous free kick this though for Villa. Curl to the back post. Caused some problems. Volley behind after Baisley Graham's header. So they've had two real attempts on goals. Aston Villa both went wide of the post. And they've not had too many corners so far tonight, but they're going to try and capitalise here. Here's Rowe. Back from Taylor. Revan. Good play from Smallbone. Forces it all the way back to Sarkic. Valerie. Hepburn Murphy. Referee quick to give that free kick. Foul from Slattery there, according to the referee. Another one for Aston Villa. They're starting to keep this ball in Southampton's half here. Hepburn Murphy. Saints, when they get the ball back, trying to get Villa on the counter-attack. They might have a chance here. Barnes, touch too heavy. So risky ball to him anyway. Clark. Taylor. Walker on the overlap. Still Taylor. Too far for O'Hare. Throw to Southampton. Seven to go then before half time. Can't imagine we'll have too many minutes of injury time. There's not been really any stoppage. We had one yellow card that came within the first 10 minutes for Aston Villa. And still the best chance of Saints coming for Obafemi, who hit the crossbar 15 minutes ago. Southampton haven't lost though in the league for 6 months. No, there was a big old gap in between April and August, but their last defeat was at Blackburn back in March time. And on a real good run of form, looking to maintain their place at the top of the table. Fourth place Aston Villa on the ball now though. Here's Baisley Graham. Clark. Hayes. Clark again. Good football from Aston Villa. Still Clark. It was great football up to that point, but that final delivery has been the case which I think has been lacked slightly for both sides so far tonight. And the Aston Villa dugout, Kevin McDonald included. He had two spells as an Aston Villa caretaker. Kevin McDonald managed Swindon as well in 2013. But there were groans from the Aston Villa dugout there. The ball wasn't quite what was needed at all there, but good football up to the delivery. And now Rose to take the goal kick. Johnson. O'Hare wins it back for Aston Villa. Taylor. Hepburn Murphy. Taylor again. Great play for Southampton on the breakaway. Look at Obafemi go. Can he finish? No, he can't. Well, all the pace in the world in the first place to get in behind the Aston Villa defence, and now Villa coming forward. Hepburn Murphy, end to end all of a sudden. But Obafemi has had 3 of Southampton's 4 shots so far. Fantastic pace in the first place to get in behind the Aston Villa defence. Had so much time as well with the finish. Not to be. That seems to have woken both sides up now all of a sudden. Slattery, lovely ball. Here's Johnson. Saints are going to try again. Well, Smallbone crying out for it there on the edge of the penalty area. And a good couple of minutes there, but what fantastic pace in the first place from Obafemi. On favoured left foot. Bedo was there trying to stop him from getting that shot away. And that's hit with anger there from Barnes. And the game's got better all of a sudden. First 15 minutes, no real opportunities. But it's livened up last 25 minutes or so. Barnes adding his name to the list for attempts on goal. Sarkic. Hepburn Murphy fouled. Pushed by O'Connor. Could be 1 or 2 more chances to come before half time. They could get one here, Aston Villa. This time it's Thomas O'Connor, the Irish defender, gives away that free kick. 11 points from 5 games in so far for Southampton. 9 points from 5 for Aston Villa. The away side with a free kick. Clark to take. He takes all of their free kicks and set pieces. Could be a last chance before half time, potentially. Could be a little too deep, it is. Valerie away. Here's Rowe. O'Hare. Clark was waiting for it at the back post, but picked up from Rose in the Southampton goal. Fourth official to put up his board soon. It was Rowthorne's ball. It's headed away to Taylor, who was probably most effective first 15-20 minutes, but he's always looked lively, Taylor. Or Corey Blackett Taylor. He's already been capped 17 times at England under 16 and 17 level, Taylor. This time that's a foul on Jack Clark. Wouldn't have thought we will have any more than 1 minute of stoppage time when the ball does go up. Here's Slattery. Takes a deflection off. Revan kicks it off his man. Throw to Aston Villa. There we are, there's the whistle. It's been a fairly quiet first half, particularly the first 15 minutes, but it livened up slightly. And Southampton's best 2 chances fell to Michael Obafemi. One hitting the crossbar, another one-on-one with the keeper at pace, but his left-footed shot was weak on his unfavoured left foot, and it was picked up easily from Sarkic in the end. And that man's also had a shot which was straight at the goalkeeper. That was the chance of the game, really, as well as one-on-one with the keeper. That was another opportunity. Will Smallbone, who's looked good when he's been on the ball in that attacking midfield position. Curled at the last second, but couldn't quite get it on target. And this seemed to happen in slow motion, as everyone held their breath here at Staplewood, but not to be in the end. All the pace to get in behind the defence. Aston Villa, again, they've not created a whole load of chances. They've had a shot which went wide from Clark, and also from Rowe, which went wide of the post. They've not really tested Jack Rose at all, though, so far this evening here at Staplewood. Let's see what the second half will bring. Live coverage to come then on Southampton FC YouTube channel and Facebook page. Here in the under-23s football, it's tight, it's cagey. Let's see what happens in the second half. Half-time here at Staplewood. Southampton under-23s 0, Aston Villa 0. Welcome back to Staplewood then. Southampton against Aston Villa under 23s. It's been a very quiet first half so far. No goals. Southampton's best two chances falling to Michael Obafemi. He hit the crossbar and he also had a shot one-on-one with the keeper, but with his left foot was saved easily in the end from Martia Sarkic in the Aston Villa goal. So 0-0 it stays. Aston Villa have been quiet going forward, a couple of shots wide of the post. Let's see what the second half can bring then. It's live TV coverage on the Southampton FC YouTube channel and Facebook page. A very good evening, Ami and Wilding here at the Southampton training ground. So here we go then, Aston Villa in possession. Both sides yet to make a change, and that's the case here going into the second half. We'll go through the sides in a second, but Aston Villa on the ball now with Bordeaux. A cold evening here then at Marchwood. Southampton looking to make it 6 league games unbeaten so far this season. Aston Villa, in the meantime, are looking for their 4th win in 6 league matches. So a 4-2-3-1 then for Saints. Stuart Rose in goal. Valerie, who's going to take this throw now at the back with O'Driscoll, O'Connor and Vokins. Rowthorne and Slattery, the two in the middle. And Marcus Barnes, Will Smallbone, Tyreek Johnson, the attacking midfielders, and Michael Obafemi as that lone man up front. So Obafemi has been the man in amongst it so far this evening. Saints substitutes Christophe Clara, who played an awful lot of games for the under-18s last season, Adam Parks, Harry Hamblin, Nathan Teller and Jonathan Afalabi, who was one of Saints' top goal scorers last season for the under-23s. Slattery, go for the Villa side in a second. Back to Rose for Southampton. And despite the fact that it was cagey in the first half, Aston Villa, the majority of their goals so far this season have come in the first half and not the second. They're yet to score, Aston Villa, in the first 15 minutes of the second half this season. But now it's played across to Slattery. Not bad effort, on target. Dealt with comfortably though from Sarkic. Villa's goalkeeper, they've got a back four then of Walker, Beddoe, Baisley Graham and Revan. Hayes and Clark, the two midfielders, with Taylor, O'Hare and Rowe, the attacking midfielders behind Hepburn Murphy as that lone man up front. Those are your sides. Villa's substitutes: Prosser, Cincealo, Nibbs, Cox and Patterson. Villa finished second last season. Southampton finished 6th. Aston Villa have lost to Manchester United and Stoke so far this season. They've got some tough games to come. They're away at Sunderland in 10 days' time. That's their next league match on a Monday night. Newcastle at home and West Brom away as well to come for Aston Villa. Saints on the ball now with O'Connor. Taylor. Clark. The ball is Revan. Infield. O'Driscoll, who was once a Manchester City starlet, played for Cherry Orchard as well, O'Driscoll, and really struggled with injuries, but he's been really back amongst it last year or two. They've been solid as a rock, those two at the back this season, O'Connor and O'Driscoll. Rowthorne back to O'Connor. Loads of time here for O'Connor. So he's going to keep on the ball there for a few more minutes yet, but eventually it's up towards Baisley Graham for Aston Villa. As we were saying in the first half, Villa, despite the fact that they are keeping a clean sheet and they're on a good run of form, they've conceded 8 goals in their last 4 games, including a 3-0 defeat against Stoke. But nonetheless, they've won more games than they've lost, and I think that will continue throughout the season. Here's Walker. Taylor, challenge comes in, Villa throw. Aston Villa won their opening match of the season 2-0 at home to Norwich. Ball too far. Goal kick. Whereas Southampton started with a win at home to Middlesbrough 2-0 here at the training ground back in August. It was certainly warmer that night than it is tonight. Wali Jahidi, who even at the start of the season said the aim is to break into that top 5 this season. Get into the playoffs at least. They want to be amongst the elite, he said, playing against the likes of Chelsea and Spurs, Manchester City again next season. And they've got off to a better start than anyone else in the league. Top of the table. Here's Hepburn Murphy though for Villa. First attempt on target that for Aston Villa of the game. But it's a routine save. Certainly as it gets a lot more open in the second half than the first though. Johnson. Marcus Barnes tries to get there. He started his career at Wolves, part of their academy. Slattery. Johnson struggles to keep it in play. Jake Walker to take. Talking about Aston Villa scoring more in the first half, well 66% of Southampton goals have come in the last half an hour. Too far for Valerie. Well, a number of players left Southampton in the summer. The likes of Richard Backery, Will Wood went to Accrington Stanley, Ola Moller to Scunthorpe, Ollie Cook and Amani Little moved on as well. But it's given some of these other younger players who were in the under-18s a chance to break through into the under-23s. The team is a lot younger this year than it was last year. But at the moment they're coping very well. Here's Hayes. Walker. Given away from Beddoe. Slattery. Useful ball. If Johnson can keep it in play, he can't. Aston Villa, 5th or 4th, I should say. 9 points, 5 games, -1 goal difference. They do have the same number of points as Man United. It's a misplaced ball. Obafemi could well take advantage here. He can't. But real mix-up there in the Aston Villa defence. And it was a mix-up the first time in the first half, which allowed Obafemi to get one-on-one. This time it wasn't quite so easy for him, because Beddoe and Basie Graham were both back, but it nearly cost them there, Aston Villa. Southampton win a goal kick. Well, Obafemi has been part of 80% of Southampton's chances tonight. What Basie Graham was doing there, I'm not sure. But he's got his teammate Beddoe to thank there. Must be a nightmare to defend against their Obafemi, chasing every ball. His off-the-ball play is terrific. Even lost causes he chases, and as a result, a couple of times he's had real good opportunities from his chasing down tonight. It's livened up a little second half. It's been more open than the first, that's for sure. Lovely play. O'Hare back to Taylor. Taylor again. Nearly found Hepburn Murphy, but Rose saw to it. Well, it's PL2 football tonight in Division 2, under 23s, Saints against Villa. It's on Facebook and YouTube, the official Saints pages and channels. Every single home match broadcast live, streamed online this season. Muddy Jaidi did say that we need to try and keep up this consistency, is what he said, in everything that they do. Concentration levels need to remain high, he said, while speaking to the official SouthamptonFC.com this week. And that has certainly been the case. They've stayed focused. There have been no real lapse of concentration at the back. But as a spectacle at the moment, it's been a terrific spectacle as far as chances are concerned, although Southampton certainly have had a lot better of it. Two solid, organised outfits so far. Marcus Barnes will hope to try and get himself involved more in the second half. Certainly know what he's capable of once he gets going. He's the joint top scorer this season with 3 goals along with Obafemi. Moment deadlock yet to be broken. Hepburn Murphy there just going off to receive some treatments. He'll be back on in a second. Back on now, in fact. O'Connor. Slattery. Heavy touch from Johnson. O'Hare. Hayes. Revan. Hayes to Clark. Clark gives away. Johnson. Obafemi in the middle. Just missed his opportunity in the end, off the foot of Clark. Another throw to Southampton. Slattery. Johnson. Vokins. Deflection, Obafemi. Once again in there. Once again nearly capitalising. This time it's Martia Sarkic Aston Villa have got to thank. Decent ball. Just got a flick on it there before Marcus Barnes could. It remains 0-0, but Southampton getting closer. Hepburn Murphy. Walker. Taylor. Great play from Taylor. Hepburn Murphy. Didn't get enough contact on it. Valerie's foot, it came off. Corner kick to Aston Villa. Their first of the second half. Well, that's the closest Aston Villa have come really in the second half there from Hepburn Murphy. Just couldn't find a target. And once again, as we saw in the first half, it's Taylor who's creating an awful lot from that right-hand side. Was on a plate there really for Hepburn Murphy. Row into the box. Taylor tries to get there again. Vokins away. Here's Walker. Friday night football here, yet to produce a goal as we approach the hour mark. Good ball there. Good play from Obafemi. Baisley Graham away. Just slows down again a little, this game. Aston Villa kind of continuing where they left off last season. They ended the season strongly, but so too did Southampton. Won their final 2 matches of the season last year. Saints against Fulham and Middlesbrough. They've kept up that rich vein of form so far this season. But they could well need a win tonight to maintain their place at the top of the table. So about all these competitions Southampton have been in and are in this season, as well as the Premier League Cup, the International Cup, the PL2, as Obafemi heads on, also in the Checker Trade Trophy, which is a great experience for some of the younger players. Were drawn back in August in the same group as Cambridge, Colchester and Carlisle. They're certainly being kept busy, these Saints youngsters, as are the Aston Villa players. Bedo, Johnson, Slattery, foul there, challenge there from Jake Walker. It was late on Smallbone. Be a yellow card here for Jake Walker. You can have no complaints about that. It was very late, but goes into the book. 2 yellow cards now for Aston Villa players. One of them is that man there, Jake Walker, who's been solid at right back so far tonight, has to be said. And he's timed the challenge as well up to this point, but not that time. Certainly not that time. O'Connor. No substitutions yet by either side. I can imagine it could be imminent. The next 5 minutes at least. Valerie. Good play. Obafemi does some chasing again. O'Hare. A few of those misplaced balls though recently, it's just turned a little scrappy. But there's more space on the ball really for both sides here in the second half than there was in the first. Obafemi gives it away. O'Hare. Good one-touch football from Aston Villa. The ball is too heavy, but a free kick's given for a foul, and Aston Villa have got a free kick. There's a little tug on the shirt there from O'Driscoll, and he's going to go into the book. So yellow card for him. First Saints player to go into the book then tonight. Let's see what Saints can do here. Try and get this away. Poor ball in the end from Rowe. Hepburn Murphy who found him. Second half has gone pretty quickly, nearly 20 gone already in the second half. Saints' best chance coming as a result of a mix-up in the defence among Bedo and Baisley Graham, but Obafemi couldn't quite take advantage. A challenge came in at the last minute from Bedo. It was 1 against 2, to be fair. Forward to Slattery, throw to Southampton. Valerie to take. Wide from Slattery. Slattery back to O'Driscoll. O'Driscoll back to Rose. Here's Rowe. Hepburn Murphy. He's quick, but not that quick. He's not going to get there that time. Goal kick. Remains goalless here. Neither of these sides have drawn 0-0 so far this season, but at the moment, that's the way we're heading. Rowthorne across. O'Connor. O'Connor's had an awful lot of space on the ball when he has got it on a few occasions so far tonight. Vokins out of play. Well, when you look at this year, when you take this into account, Southampton have already won 12 matches in 2018. They had a bit of a wobble around Christmas time last season, but now they are well in control. They've kept up, as we were saying, that momentum from the end of last season. In fact, if you take last season into account, they've only lost 2 of their last 16 matches. Foul there in the middle of the park on Smallbone, who's been in the wars a little bit in the second half. A couple of late challenges on him. Free kick then. See if Southampton can capitalise. Barnes and Obafemi, they're both up there as that central forward partnership for the time being. Barnes has been playing on that right wing though tonight. Dealt with well by Aston Villa. They have been dealing with these balls into the box very well so far tonight. Slattery goes deep. Johnson, can he keep it in play? He can. Just doesn't get the delivery. Foul on O'Hare. Slattery with a foul. Let's see what the last 22 minutes plus stoppage time can bring. Are there a few twists and turns to come in this match, I wonder? Here's Taylor. O'Hare. O'Hare again. Taylor on the overlap. Was never going to get enough pace on it though for Vokins to leave it. Did the right thing, out of play. Well, Aston Villa, as far as the senior side, so close to winning promotion back to the Premier League last season, losing in the playoffs in the final against Fulham. Late heartbreak for them. We're going to go one better this season, as are the under-23s, who also suffered playoff final heartbreak at home to Brighton. Lost by 2-0. Both will look to come back stronger this season. Taylor. Saints senior side, on the other hand, surviving on the final day mathematically in the Premier League for another season. Ball in from Clark. Picked up from Hayes. All a bit scrappy down that right-hand side. Chipped in. A little bit too far for Revan. Might get another bite of the cherry here. Revan again. O'Driscoll again. Barnes into a dangerous area, but he knew a Southampton man was there. That relieves the pressure slightly. Push there on Will Smallbone, who's been at the club now, Smallbone, since the age of 8. Marcus Barnes. Great play from Barnes. This could be an opening. No, it won't be. Great play in the first place, but did all the hard work. Taylor to O'Hare, opens up once more. Hepburn Murphy makes a run. Hepburn Murphy's got it. Not for long though. Good play for Saints, just slowing things down, looking to get Villa on the breakaway. Here's Valerie. What a well-timed challenge that was from Rowe. It's O'Hare who slips. Hayes. That's given away as well. Vokins. Too far for Taylor. Throw to Southampton. Plenty to ponder for that man. Looks like he's about to make a substitution. Soonish, by what he's saying there to the assistant manager. We'll see what his plans are, but yet to make one. Imagine it's, well, I said imminent about 15 minutes ago. Still no substitutions have been made since then. Barnes does the chasing. Perhaps he's content with what he's seen so far. They've certainly been organised, Saints and Aston Villa tonight. Already Gidi was also saying this week he'd like to see just a bit more creativity from his side. They might get an opportunity here though into Obafemi once more. Lovely ball from that left-hand side. Johnson. Well, he did find Obafemi. Revon away for Aston Villa. O'Connor. Slattery. Smallbone. Better from Southampton. Johnson was in space. He's got it eventually. Oh, that's a lapse in concentration there, though, from Southampton. Hepburn Murphy. Hayes. O'Hare. Taylor. Still Taylor. And it's Clark in the end. And the deadlock is broken. And that little bit of creativity from that far right-hand side. And Jack Clark, with the final touch, gives Aston Villa the lead. And if things stay as they are, Southampton's unbeaten record so far this season is coming to an end. Southampton 0, Aston Villa 1. Was a lovely ball in from Taylor. It's like Clark racing to try and get that ball. Let's see if he did manage to get a touch. Taylor took his man on. A real angle in the first place. And he just got a touch to it in the end. What a delicious ball from Taylor, who's been causing problems to the Southampton defence all night. And there was Clark with his first of the season. And just as they do that, Aston Villa making a double substitution as well. Alex Prosser, who was dropped for this game, comes in, and so too does Jordan Cox. Two players who went out of the side for Aston Villa coming on. So off goes Callum Rowe for Aston Villa as well. Double substitution to come for Southampton then. Nathan Teller and Jonathan Afolabi coming into the action. Tyreek Johnson coming off for Southampton, so a like-for-like substitution here. Last quarter of an hour. Obafemi coming off as well. He's run himself into the ground tonight. Obafemi caused some real problems on the Aston Villa defence, but just tried to find that final product. Didn't come so far tonight, but he's found it 3 times already so far this season. And just a little bit of a different test for this Aston Villa defence. More pace and power coming on. Teller and Afolabi on. Johnson and Obafemi off. Aston Villa lead by a 1-0 through that header from Jack Clark. Already into the action. Into Afolabi. Nearly got a goal and nearly a link up there between the 2 substitutes already from Teller and Afolabi. Well, know how quick Nathan Teller is. Arrived from Arsenal a couple of years ago. Afolabi just couldn't bring that ball down. He scored his first under-23 goal a couple of years ago, Afolabi, at Staplewood against Arsenal. But here's Saints looking to get their first goal of the night. 1-0 they trail. Clark to O'Hare. Walker forward. Here he is again. Big blow that was to Southampton then. From Aston Villa's point of view, they have looked lively down that right through Taylor, but hadn't created a great deal up to that point. But all it took was a ball into a dangerous area there, into the goal mouth. Was headed home from Clark. And the Irishman made no mistake, got a touch to it in the end. There was a doubt at first whether he did manage to, but definitely get contact on that ball to give Aston Villa a 1-0 lead here in the under-23s match on the Saints FC YouTube channel and Facebook page. League action here in the PL2. Villa 1-0 up. Let's see how Southampton can respond. They nearly got an equaliser a couple of minutes ago. Substitutes Teller linking up with fellow sub Afolabi down that left-hand side. Here's Teller again. Corner kick then to Southampton. Smallbone to take the corner. Teller's there as an option if he wants to play it short. Looks like he's prepared to put this right into the mix, and he does. That is what you call a scramble, and really could have gone anywhere. The shot came in the end from O'Connor. And a real opportunity there for Southampton. No whistle. Slattery on the floor. And eventually O'Connor was well blocked. Saints going to try again. Smallbone again with a corner. Push on the Villa player though, and that's exactly what Aston Villa want at this time of the game. Free kick after coming under a bit of pressure there inside their own 6-yard box. Heading soon into the final 10 minutes. Well, this 4-2-3-1 formation for Southampton has served them so well so far this season, but at the moment it's Aston Villa who scoring the only goal a game so far. Vokins to take the throw for Southampton. The Oxford-born fullback. He's got a bit of experience now, Jake Vokins, at this level. He made his FA Youth Cup debut 3 years ago now. Walker to take the throw. Prosser to substitute for Villa. Both sides made 2 substitutions each now then so far tonight. Teller, not many players will get there, but a man of his pace will. Vokins. Teller again. Decent ball, so close to finding Barnes. Move breaks down. But credit must go there to Nathan Teller. Glorious ball into the box. Just couldn't quite get that contact on it there, Marcus Barnes. But this match, you get the feeling, far from over so far. 9 to go. It's been a cagey affair from the start, really, this one. It's been quite end-to-end on the second half. More so, anyway, than the first. But it's just a few periods throughout the game, first and second half, where it just goes a bit scrappy. Here's Rowthorne to Vokins. '17-year-old Jake Walker clears for a throw. Well, just like it's all coming from Aston Villa's right-hand side again. Last 10-15 minutes, it's all come from the left-hand side for Southampton. Teller causing loads of problems since coming on, and Vokins wins the throw. One substitution each allowed for both clubs. Teller, Vokins, comfortably picked up from Starkic. As we were saying, came from the Anderlecht Academy. The academy which oversaw development of many big players over the years, including the likes of Vincent Kompany and Romelu Lukaku. Joined Villa a couple of years ago. And he'll be looking to break into the first team before long, but it's chipped forward now. Forward from Cox, it's given away. Slattery. O'Hare. Valerie wins the throw. Just over 6 minutes to go. O'Connor towards the left-hand side. Here's Vokins. And now Saints again in possession. Slattery. Jan Valerie. Still Valerie. Barnes could have shot, went unselfishly forward, lost the opportunity in the end. Certainly would have been the better option to shoot from 25 yards from there. Valerie. Volley clear under pressure from Afolabi. Saints with another throw. Villa are about to make their third and final substitution, I think. Harvey Nibbs to come on. Valerie with a throw. Frustration there from Hepburn Murphy, but a side of 1-0 up. And been looking comfortable last 2 or 3 minutes. Saints with more possession naturally though, since that Villa goal, looking to push Villa back. O'Connor to Vokins, to Teller. Corner kick to Southampton. Not had too many corners in the second half, Saints. They had more in the first, but is this the moment where Saints can force an equaliser? Curled in, punched away from Sarkic. From Smallbones, cross into the penalty area. Hepburn Murphy. Forward from Walker. Done well from Prosser. O'Hare back towards Walker. Hayes. Hepburn Murphy. That's ambitious. A little too ambitious in the end. Always sailing wide. Saints survive, but they've got to get it down the other end with 3 to go. And it is Slattery on the floor. Receiving some treatment, and Aston Villa are about to make their final substitution. Harvey Nibbs then coming on. And he's going to come on for Hepburn Murphy. So a substitution for them. Slattery on the floor. 3 to go, plus stoppage time. I'm sure this will be added on at the end. Hopefully Callum Slattery will be okay. Southampton's other substitutes, as well as Adam Parks, the goalkeeper, Harry Hamblin, the midfielder, and defender Christoph Clara. So if Slattery is forced off here, I'm sure it will be Hamblin who comes on for him for a like-for-like substitution. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. Hopefully he'll be all right. So Saints, then, if things stay as they are, will be heading for 11 points from 6 games. Aston Villa will be leapfrogging them at the top of the table. If results don't go Southampton's way, they could move down to 3rd or 4th. Saints have got a couple of minutes plus stoppage time to do something about that. And here you can see here's how Slattery got that injury. Lost his footing. Certainly fell awkwardly there on his ankle. Good to see him back onto his feet, slowly walking over. It's like a substitution will have to be made here potentially. See how it goes. A little shake of the head there from the physio, but hopefully it's means a shake of the head, meaning he'll be okay. We'll see. Meaning no substitutions needed. We'll find out in a second. And it certainly does mean that, because Slattery's back onto the pitch, which is good to see. In the meantime, Saints have got a minute plus stoppage time to get an equaliser here. As we were saying, Aston Villa just don't draw games. They've not done so now for more than 18 months in the league. Afolabi with a header. Vokins. O'Driscoll. O'Connor. Valerie, Barnes. Challenge from Revan. Prosser to Nibs. Foul from O'Connor, I think frustration there from him. Fourth official about to put up his board. 5 minutes then, which will give Southampton some hope. Five minutes to Saints to get an equaliser. At the moment it's not where they want it though. They will be in no rush to take this here with Callum O'Hare, Aston Villa. Hayes back to O'Hare, to Prosser. Prosser, who can play as an attacking midfielder but also as a defensive midfielder as well. Solihull-born midfielder. And now it's aimed up towards Nibs. Good option to have as a substitute though, James Nibs. He's certainly cool and composed, known for that. But Southampton on the ball now again with O'Connor. Teller once more. Ball in, nearly found Afolabi. On another day, could have found the bottom corner and gone straight in, but not to be that time. He's been lively since he's come on, great trickery. Just over 3 minutes left of stoppage time. O'Hare, Valerie off his man. So saying back for live TV coverage online on the Saints FC Facebook page and YouTube channel. Wednesday nights, it's the International Cup. Good opportunity here. Teller takes a deflection. Sarkic again sees to it. Yeah, that one will be against FC Porto on Wednesday. A game to look forward to. More good experience for these players. In a group containing West Ham as well, which Aston Villa has still got to play. Saints have already won their first match against Dynamo Zagreb 1-0 through Sam Gallagher in that game, scoring after 20 minutes. But here, they're running out of time, just over 2 minutes to get this equaliser, Southampton. Villa just calmly keeping the ball, looking comfortable. Revan with a throw. Foot off Barnes. Revan to take once more. Here's Nibs. Villa wanted a throw. Saints get it. Valerie. Maybe that's a little bit of a lucky break Southampton need to get this equaliser. Smallbone to Valerie. Back to Slattery. Valerie. Good concentration from Aston Villa. Just need to pump that ball into the box now, Southampton. Here's O'Connor to Vokins. Last chance for Saints. Into the penalty area, Afolabi. Villa clear once more. Going to try again here, Southampton. O'Connor. Is there late drama to come? Valerie into the penalty area. Not like that, there isn't. And Sarkic, a relieved man, straight into his arms. Chance goes begging for Southampton as we head into the final few seconds here at Marchwood. O'Driscoll heads on. Vokins Alex Prosser kicks that. Might cost Aston Villa here if Southampton can capitalise. No, they can't. Away from Revan. Time is pretty much up. And time is up. Saints won't get that chance to put the ball in the box. A professional display from Aston Villa. Southampton had some good opportunities on what was a fairly quiet affair, but it was Aston Villa who scored in the second half, halfway through the second half. The only goal that was needed to end Southampton's unbeaten run this season. It's Southampton's first loss since March. Aston Villa, 4 wins, 2 defeats. They leapfrog top of the table Southampton. But it'd be interesting to see what happens with the other scores elsewhere, to see if Aston Villa go top of the table and whether Southampton move down 2 or 3 places tonight. But either way, they've been knocked off the top of the table, and Aston Villa leapfrogged them after that win tonight through Clark. Disappointment for Southampton, who worked hard. 80% of their chances came through Obafemi one way or another. That was the first real opportunity for him. Michael Obafemi, great effort with his left foot. Brought it down brilliantly as well, to be fair. That was early on, 20 minutes in. Seems a long time ago that now as well. And this is another opportunity here. Smallbone cutting inside with his right foot, causing some problems. Goalkeeper always knew, though, Sarkic, that was going wide and saw to it. And it all came in the first half. This was another opportunity here. This was in the second this time. Vokins into Obafemi once more. But Aston Villa hadn't really created any real clear-cut chances up to this point. But terrific play from Taylor down the right. A lovely ball in. And there was a good header. Got real contact on that in the end, Jack Clark. And Taylor always threatened to create something, create a goal of some kind. Whether he'd have got that touch, if it would have gone straight in anyway, well, no, I don't think it would have done, to be honest. It could well have hit the post. But Clark's there with a header to give Aston Villa the lead and give Aston Villa the 3 points. A big win for them, a shame for Southampton, as we say, who are knocked off the top of the table. We're back on Wednesday night for live TV coverage. Premier International Cup at home to FC Porto, and thanks very much for watching this evening here at Marchwood. But it wasn't to be in the end for Southampton under-23s. It finished here in the PL2 Division 2, Southampton 0, Aston Villa 1.